Hi guys, I hope all is well. So this is the continuation of the Destiny's Child reading. I've done like 4 readings today, and this reading in particular is a really long, guys. I have my coffee, it's afternoon, and I'm hungry. So readings can be really exhausting. It's what I've learned over the years. They really do take a lot of energy out of you, and it has me really questioning my daily uploading because I'm committed to uploading daily. Girl, I'm just ready to smoke this Zaza and eat and relax. Okay, guys, so who's next? Latoya. This one is going to be interesting. How does Latoya feel about Latavia? How does Latoya feel about Latavia? Forgot to turn off my heat. Give me 1 second, guys, so I can get on my phone and turn off my heat. Okay. You know, I'm feeling the sense that they've had to stick together. You know how Kelly and Michelle have stuck together? I'm not saying that they are that close. I'm not even gonna sit here and say that, but there's a sense of they've been through some things together, but I'm sensing a little, I don't think they're friends. I don't think they're close right now. I think they're at a point where, okay, yes, we have history. When I see her, I speak to her or whatever, but I don't see them being close friends. I don't think they're beefing. No. But I feel like Latoya handles Latavia with the long-handled spoon. That's what I'm feeling. There's distance between them, is what I'm sensing. The next question is, how does Latoya feel about Beyonce? Yeah. There's still some animosity, guys. There's still some animosity between them. Like I said, I feel Latoya has a strong personality. She's not a pushover like Kelly, like Latavia. She's not that. She I feel will not kiss the ring in that way. Yes, she wanted to pretend like this, you know, like they have this, I don't want to say friendship. Latoya does participate in the photo ops and things, and to me it feels like because she benefits from that. But there is still some feelings that she has about Beyonce, whatever happened in the past. And like I said before, LaToya feels like Beyonce's match. Like Beyonce is slick at the tongue, she's slick at the tongue too. Like she's not gonna let it pass. She's not gonna, you see, she's not gonna allow certain things that Kelly, Michelle, and Latavia allowed. She's not gonna let Beyonce talk to her like that, no matter what. Okay? She may not have said this in the public, of course, guys. They're not going to come out and say something like this. Who would really come out and say something of all things about Beyonce, especially if you had a relationship, any type of relationship with her in the past, so she can just fucking ruin you? Oh, of course not. Plus, they want to pretend as if, you know, everything's okay and girl power and, you know, all of this. Fake it till you make it type of situations. Okay. Kelly. How does LaToya feel about Kelly? Now, Kelly, so they don't have a relationship, but I'm not seeing that there's any animosity that LaToya has for Kelly. I feel like she cares for Kelly. Kelly offered maybe some advice in the past, or maybe, y'all, it could be money. We don't know. We don't know their relationship and what has happened in the past. Part of me wants to say that Kelly could have reached out to LaToya behind the scenes without Beyonce knowing. But there is no friendship that LaToya has with Kelly at this time. There's no closeness, no friendship. Okay. Who's next? LaToya. How does she feel about Michelle? How does LaToya feel about Michelle? You know what? I'm feeling like LaToya feels like she was, if they had to be replaced, if the two other girls had to be replaced, that Michelle was a good fit for the group. Not only is she talented, but she's a pushover. Do you understand? And LaToya is the shady one for thinking it's not me. She's like, oh yeah, she's the right one for the group. She's talented. She can sing. She harmonizes well with the group, because Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle, say what you want, they sound good. Okay, Michelle may not be the best dancer, but they harmonize well together. Say what the fuck you want. So, and I think this is what Latoya is speaking about. She's like, yeah, she can sing. She harmonizes well with the group. She does well with the group in the sense of talent, maybe not dancing, but talent, singing, okay? And being a pushover like Kelly. Those two were, because you see, this is crazy. Latoya is coming from a standpoint of the group would only survive if there were members in the group who were pushovers, overly grateful for the Knowles family, and who would not stand up for themselves. And that's what I'm seeing here. Okay. Okay. So let's go to the last person, which is Latavia. Okay, how does Latavia feel about Beyonce? Shit. Sure get all those cards. How does Latavia feel about Beyonce? Latavia has regret. Latavia has regret about the ending of the group. There's like, it's like, look what this Empress represents Beyonce. It's like, look what she has accomplished. Look what Destiny Child, the group, has accomplished. Only if I wasn't in that mindset, only if we understood, only if we could have come to a compromise, whatever happened, only if we could have worked it out. But we were so young and it just didn't turn out. I feel like this is something that, with this moon card here, I think this is something that Latavia thinks about. Maybe not on a regular basis, but every time she sees one of the members in the group. And sometimes, you know, when she's thinking towards herself, these thoughts come about. I sense there's a lot of regret around Latavia. I'm not sure if these ladies have gone to counseling or anything, but it would probably help her get some of this off her chest. I'm sensing like really what if energy, what could have been. And it's heavy. Okay, so how does Latavia feel about Kelly? does Latavia feel about Kelly? When this star card came out for me, the first word that came in my mind is endurance. Latavia thinks that Kelly has a lot of endurance, that she endured a lot in the business, and she endured a lot to remain in the group. She feels like Kelly, she got some thoughts about Kelly also, guys, but she's like Kelly, when I was speaking about endurance, like she did everything she could to continue to stay in this group with this Four of Pentacles. Like if that meant enduring things from Matthew, Beyonce, Tina, the public, the industry, the record label, on everyone's opinions, Latavia is really speaking about what Kelly has gone through. And this also makes me think that she's relating this to, could I even have stayed in the group? Could I even have, did I have the endurance of Kelly? Wow. Okay. No, I didn't expect Latavia's reading to be like this. How does Latavia feel about Michelle? How does Latavia feel about Michelle? I'm feeling a sense of, why was she never, it's like she wasn't taken seriously. It's like I feel with these pages coming about, I feel like she was never taken seriously or on the same level as Kelly or Beyonce, what Latavia feels. But she was right for the group. You know what I mean? She was right for the group because she too had an endurance and work ethic. But what I'm sensing is a lesser than type of thought process. Latavia has a sense of they needed her. You know, it was a fast decision. They did what they had to do. They couldn't keep switching out girls, but she's looked at as lesser than in Latavia's mind. Maybe fit for the group mentally because of her endurance, like Kelly. But lesser than. That's what I feel. Wow. Okay. Last one is Latoya. How does Latavia feel about Latoya? How does Latavia feel Latoya? Yeah, guys, I don't think they're friends like that. Yeah, they have an odd relationship as of right now. Latavia and Latoya are not friends in that way. There is something here. I sense that Latavia believes that, with the star card here, that Latavia believes that Latoya believes that she's better talented than she is. There were some aggressive feelings that I'm not sure have been spoken aloud. With this hangman here, I don't believe that things have been communicated in that way. When we see them together at the Destiny's Child, whatever, at the Beyonce concerts or taking pictures for photo ops, it's not on a personal level. Excuse me, guys, those are my neighbors. I hope they hurry up and leave. They don't have a personal relationship. If there is a personal relationship, it's on a surface level. And they have feelings about one another that Latavia has feelings about Latoya that she has not expressed. Lesser than feelings. Latoya makes Latavia feel lesser than in some way. I don't know what was said. I don't know what was done. This is just what I'm getting, guys, okay? So I know this was a long reading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.